The story moves on now to the fate of those who were left behind.
For those who didn't escape from Nazi-occupied Europe, like John's parents, Kurt and Trude, life became progressively harder and bleaker. Ghettos were established across Eastern Europe, specially selected areas where Jews were forced to live, where they were segregated, controlled, and dehumanized. In Poland alone, 600 ghettos were established. Conditions were appalling. Nazi persecution extended beyond the Jewish population, targeting anyone who did not fit the Aryan ideal.
Among the many communities which were persecuted were the Roma and Sinti populations of Eastern Europe. In 1943, Chaya Stojka and her family were deported to Auschwitz-Birkenau. When they arrived, her mother lied to the SS, telling them that 10-year-old Chaya was actually 16, but small for her age. This meant she was considered old enough to work in the forced labour section, rather than being sent to the gas chambers. That lie saved Chaya's life. More than 200,000 Roma and Sinti were murdered by the Nazis, including 194 members of Chaya's extended family.
Manfred Bernhardt and his sister Gerda grew up in a happy working-class family in Dortmund. At a very young age, he was diagnosed with water on the brain, epilepsy, and idiocy. Manfred was 13 when his parents reluctantly sent him to Applebeck Asylum, a children's care home. They believed that he would benefit from doing farm work in the open air. But Applebeck was part of a secret programme to rid Germany of those deemed unworthy of life. Children, like Manfred, were given overdoses of morphine and their consequent deaths ascribed to common ailments, so families weren't suspicious. 6 months after he arrived, the record stated that Manfred died of measles. He was one of more than 70,000 people with mental and physical disabilities to die at the hands of the Nazis.
German-born Rudolf Bratster was a young man in his 20s when he was arrested for being gay. Love letters and poems that he'd written to his partner were used against him. He spent time in various prisons and in 1942 was sent to Buchenwald concentration camp. Forced to wear a pink triangle, gay men were treated particularly badly. They were beaten, castrated, and subjected to gruesome medical experiments. After the war, Rudolf led a quiet life with his partner, Eduard. They were together for nearly half a century. In 2008, he broke his long silence about the persecution he suffered under the Nazis and devoted the rest of his life to encouraging everyone to be vigilant against hatred and prejudice.